Morning. It's Saturday, November 11th. This is a day that used to be known as Armistice Day, and now it's Veteran Day. But in any event, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the war in Israel, basically. I want to mention to you how Israel is doing some things that are unheard of with respect to fighting an enemy. Now, we know that Israel is in position now to eradicate Hamas, and that would be doing the world a great favor. But standing between the eradication and Hamas and Israel's victory is something like 2 million so-called innocent Palestinians, and about 60% of them favor Hamas. And when you saw the Hamas attack on Israel, you saw many civilians helping the attackers, throwing rocks, etc. like that. They weren't armed with weapons, that they were throwing rocks. So they are not the friends of Israel. But Israel has put in place a daily 4-hour pause in its assault on Hamas. And they put this pause in selected areas of northern Gaza to allow the civilians to leave. Now, this was an announcement made by the White House. Now, when have you ever heard of an attacking army taking a pause to allow those who support the villains in this conquest, in this contest, the ability to take some pressure off them and allow them to escape from the battlefield, so to speak? But the Israel authorities, on their part, seemed intent upon making clear that these pauses would be limited in time and area, and they were not going to be what we'll call a broader, sustained halt. This is a time limit of 4 hours for the citizens of Gaza to get out of the way so they don't get hurt by the Israeli assault. Now, when in the history of mankind have you heard one of the combatants in a war like this step up to the plate and allow the citizens to get out of the way? The Germans didn't do that in World War II. The Japanese didn't do that in World War II. And there are many other battles and many other things that I could think of, but World War II stands out in my mind because I was a kid at that time and it made a big impression on me. So Israel has done something that has never been done before as far as I know. Or if it has been done before, it's never been officially announced. And let those who believe that Israel is the villain in this peace, let those look at that and wonder and think about it. These people should stop this pro-Palestinian nonsense that they believe. There should be no pro-Palestinian nonsense supported by anybody. All over college campuses in the United States are pro-Palestinian defenders. Why are they defending a people who can't defend themselves? Why are they defending a people who put Hamas in office and allowed Hamas to run the country the way it's being run? And all of the prophets that go on in Palestine, in Gaza, go into the pockets of Hamas. And they fill their tunnels with supplies to the detriment of the local population. The local population is constantly on the verge of starvation, yet the Hamas tunnels are full of food and other supplies. Hamas is not taking care of the people of Palestine. Hamas is an evil creation, and they deserve to be wiped off the face of the earth. And these people who defend them and believe in the pro-Palestinian clause don't really understand what's going on. They don't recognize the fact that it really has nothing to do with the rights and the privileges of the Palestinians. It's a totally anti-Semitic anti-Israel fight. I can assure you that that is 100% true. And I back up my statements about what Hamas has done to the Palestinian people. This war between Israel and Hamas is going into its second month. And the United Nations had reported on Wednesday about the war's staggering toll on the economies of Gaza and the West Bank, as well as the long-term impact on its civilians. So think about that. Did Hamas care about the end results of their actions? Did they really believe that they were going to destroy Israel? No. They had to know that once they did this, it would affect the people of Gaza. They ignored that because they're living down underneath the earth in those tunnels and feel they're protected. But their battle, their so-called war of independence, has destroyed 4% of the Palestinian gross domestic product and pushed an additional 500,000 people below the poverty line. Now think about that. 500,000 people below the poverty line in a population of 2 million is 25%. And there were probably 25% at the poverty level before this stupid attack by Hamas. Did they think about that? No. They are vicious killers. Their sole purpose in their lives is to rid the world of Jews. And instead, they are going to cause the population of Gaza distress that is unimaginable to them. And this attack on Israel has wiped out more than 16 years' worth of economic development in Gaza, in projects in health, education, and infrastructure and the economy. And that's what the UN has quoted. Let's also remember that when Israel left Gaza in 2005, they left all of their industry behind to be run by the Gazans. And what did the Gazans do? They destroyed it. So I have little sympathy for those people. They're in a terrible shape, caught between Israel and Hamas, supposedly their defenders. And they are paying the ultimate price for that. A price in lives and a price in future living. And for those of you who believe in the cause of the Gazans and Hamas, recognize that all the turmoil that I have just described is deadly for the people of Gaza. So are they better off now that Hamas is initial? Are they better off because Hamas initiated this attack on Israel? Categorically, the answer is no. The Gazans are going to suffer a hell of a lot more than the Israelis. And so you must disagree and throw aside the thoughts that Israel is the villain in this piece. Hamas is the villain. Hamas is the ultimate villain in this piece. And I leave you with that this morning. Have a great day.